All right, everybody, we are here with Frank Barbera, head coach Peter Toner, and Jack Dunleavy of the Gettysburg men's lacrosse team. We'd like to start with you, Coach. Just general thoughts on the game out there.
Yeah, I mean, credit Tufts. I mean, they played a pace that honestly we're probably not used to seeing with the schedule that we currently play. I mean, we play a couple non-conference games with teams that play at that rapid of a pace, but we're just not used to seeing it. And I think we've lived and died on possessions this year, and we just couldn't seem to get them going our way, unfortunately, whether it was off face-offs or clearing the ball or picking the ball up off the ground. So that's been our DNA all year, is just skewing possessions in our favor. And the games that we haven't, we've kind of had this unfortunate result of losing. But credit them; they're a really good team. There's no doubt that they're no surprise they're the reigning national champs and undefeated at this point in the season. And I think we showed our guys as much as we could based on what we thought they were going to do, and just to replicate that pace when you're not used to playing that, it's really hard to do. So
you mentioned it a couple times there, the pace of the jumbos. From my perspective, it looked like you guys were doing a great job at least slowing them down through transition. What kind of things were you looking at going into today to slow them down in that regard?
Yeah, we wanted to just try to get bodies on bodies as best we could. I mean, we knew we had to go back there when we either had shot clock violations or turned the ball over in the offensive end. It was just really important to get us back and try to make it even as best we could. They still played through some of those early offense situations, which they're really good at, but that was kind of our message all week, was like, look, at regardless of who goes back, they're going to run with three, and they're going to be very aggressive, and we need to make sure we get back and button up that end of the field. And the times that we didn't, I thought they capitalized. I mean, they had some poles score today, they had some defensive personnel score today, and scored off the face-off. So the times that we didn't do a great job there, I mean, that's how they take those 4 or 5 goal winning games to probably 8, 9, 10, because they're going to chip in 4 or 5 goals, 6 goals maybe in those situations. So it was definitely a focal point, and at times we did a really good job, but at times we just we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with where we turned the ball over and our inability to get back and defend.
Now, mentioning the ability to get back and defend, second half, Tufts does slow down in terms of their scoring. What kind of changes did you make at halftime?
It could be a mix of a couple things. I mean, we were bouncing around a couple different defenses. We were playing a little bit faster in our man-to-man, and we were kind of slowing down a little bit in our zone. I know that, late in the game they probably subbed some guys in because they had a pretty substantial lead, so that may have led to some of it. I felt like we had chances. I mean, we only they shot 52 times, we shot 48, so it's not like we didn't generate shots. I just don't know that we generated the quality of shot that we would have liked. And then when we did, their goalie was just up to the task. I mean, he had 11 saves, and we had some great looks, and we just didn't shoot the ball that well today, in my opinion, to win against a team of that caliber. And again, they play really good defense in front of them, and then when you have a breakdown or you get a hands-free shot, he was there today to kind of bail them out. And no surprise, he's a senior. He's been on this stage before. He's won a national championship. He kind of knows what it takes to get to that next level. And that was a great lesson for our team to just learn what it looks like. We see CNU on our schedule. We see Salisbury. But that's our first time playing against Tufts, and we've scrimmaged RIT a couple times, so just seeing that elite group of Division III lacrosse is really important for us. And again, we're a young team. You say what you want. We got 9 seniors. We have 3 of which that play in game day, so we still are a pretty young team. And we probably played 3 or 4 juniors, and the rest are sophomores and freshmen. And it's just good experience for those guys to learn what it looks like and at the highest level, and learn from it and go back to work as they wrap up this season and go into next year. But I know we're going to miss these guys. Some of the greatest that I've ever played at Gettysburg College. I've been super proud to coach them throughout their 4-year career.
That leads me perfectly into my next one. Question for you guys on the wings, as both of you guys are upperclassmen here, and as you mentioned, Coach, a bit of a younger squad. What kind of things were you telling just your younger teammates who maybe haven't been this deep into the tournament before?
I think honestly, just playing as loose as you possibly can. When you get to this stage, it's kind of hard to, I think, kind of realize that, and people kind of try and tense up, or kind of think they're too big for the moment or whatever it is. But I think just the looser you can play, the better it is. Just it's at the end of the day, it's just a normal lacrosse game. I mean, obviously it's a win or go home situation, but at the end of the day, it's just lacrosse. So I think just trying to emphasize that point was something that we tried to do.
Yeah, going to this postseason, really harped on the process and just taking it one step at a time. Not looking at the end result, but just making the play in front of you. And with the young guys who don't have that experience, like just telling them, say where your feet are, keep going at it, and just stick to the process, and just make the play you can and control you can control, and just do everything you got.
One more question for you, Jack. 10 shots on goal today. What were you seeing out there on offense?
Yeah, I think we got opportunities, we just couldn't execute to the level that we needed to in order to beat a good, tough team. I didn't particularly shoot the ball well today, but yeah, credit to them for making some plays, and we just didn't make the plays we needed to make to win the game.
All right, any final thoughts before?
I'll just say this, I've now been here for 4 full seasons now that it's over. I've been able to coach these guys from day one. Both of these guys are 2-time captains, and, I would say just our senior class in general, they bought into a coaching staff over the last 4 years that they didn't sign up to play for, and I can't thank them enough for just believing our staff and being the leaders they've been and just the quality young men they've been. We're going to miss these guys dearly after this year. It's going to be hard to replace them, and I'm not sure we'll be able to do that anytime soon. So again, we've all been through this since day one. Their first fall practice was my first fall practice, and now we're kind of coming through the end of the 4-year stretch. And these guys have been in 2 Elite Eights, and had a ton of success not only on the field but in the classroom, and they've led extremely well. And couldn't be more proud of these 2 guys to my right and left and the rest of the senior class.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.